The newer employees, they never knew how to wrap a burrito. And that causes issues. Like, if you're not trained right, there are gonna be issues later. So, I mean, like, what can you really expect? Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. It's Kedasar, and today I'll be giving y'all the tea on what it's like to work at Chipotle. Now, I want to give a disclaimer before I start. Everyone's experience can be different based on what location you work at, like how busy it is, who your manager is, who your coworkers are. So a lot of things go into the experience, but this is just a general rundown of my experience. So keep that in mind. So first I'll explain how I got hired and all that stuff. So for the onboarding process, I actually knew somebody who worked there, so I used him as a reference. And having a reference can kind of help them look at your application quicker rather than just leaving it in the dust. So I put down my reference. They looked at it, they contacted me, and I came in for an interview. You don't really need any previous experience or whatever. You just fill out the forms on the application, and it's that simple. So then I came in for an interview, and the interview was really easy. They just asked some simple questions, then, you know, give your response, blah, 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 and then you're hired. Like, they hire any and everyone. They will hire anybody. They're not really that picky. I don't remember what they asked me, but it was just simple questions like how would you describe your personality? Are you good working with other people? Are you kind? Are you da-da-da-da? Are you a team worker? And obviously you'll say yes to all of those because you want the job. So just say yes and smile and boom. So yeah, I got the job. I came in like the next day or the day after that to give them like paperwork, like my ID forms and stuff for them to scan it, because they have to have your like legal paperwork before you can start. So then they gave me a hat and a shirt, and I think I started the next day or a couple of days after that. So the hiring process doesn't take that long. It's around a week because, you know, they have to process different things. So when I started working, they did not train me right. The training, poor. The first like couple hours it was fine. So I came in after school. I was a senior in high school when I got this job, and it was like in October. So I came in after school. It was like 4 o'clock. I think my shift started 4 to 10 or something like that. That's like a regular after school shift for a minor who's in school, because you can't work late. Anyway, I came in after school, put on my, you know, hat and shirt, Then they put me in the back area where you do online orders, and they had one other girl helping to train me. So that was fine. It was chill. It was online order, so it wasn't like a face-to-face in-person thing. So it wasn't really stressful. I mean, it was a little stressful just because it's still fast-paced, but it's not as intense as, you know, eye to eye with the customer taking their order. So that was cool. But then after that, they're like, okay, we need you on the line. I'm like, what? Like, it's my first day. Like, but I mean, I didn't argue or anything. I just like, all right. So I jumped on the line. Then I was just scooping food, whatever. But you should not be on the line your first day. That's just so bad. Like, I had no training on what the proportions were supposed to be like how much food you're supposed to have in each scoop. I was probably giving people double chicken for the price of one. So I'm sure the customers were happy that night. But I mean, I just wasn't trained, so I wasn't, you know, doing proper proportions. And just other small protocol that I didn't know, but they just threw me online the first day because they're understaffed. That's one thing they really lacked in the training, because they are so understaffed all the time that they never give the new employee the actual time they need to learn the skills you need to learn. Like, let me tell you, when I started being a veteran employee, not really, but an experienced employee, the newer employees, they never knew how to wrap a burrito. They were never trained. They were never trained properly, so I always had to like be on the edge of the line to rap it for them, because your girl was a boss. I was a queen at rapping, but who wants to be doing that job like all the time? So anyway, The job was cool at first, mainly because it was new, like it was Chipotle, kind of excited, you know, making some money after school, you know, I'm in high school, whatever. I knew some people who worked there too from my school, so we would chat it up. It was fun talking with my coworkers, and I like being social on the job when I can, when there's not like a customer there or whatever. So, you know, eating Chipotle for your lunch break, being able to make it yourself, being able to make your own Chipotle, your own proportions, your own serving size, and then eat it, like, it was nice. It was definitely nice at first. They usually had me doing online orders, so I wasn't really stressed out by the fast pacedness. The only thing that really stressed me out was when orders were coming in quick and like I had to do a burrito and like it was too big, there was too much like food in it that the customer ordered, so I kind of get stressed out about rolling the burrito and I'd have to like call someone in to help me. Let me tell you, when you don't know how to roll a burrito, that's the most stressful thing ever, because it's just so much pressure. Like, who would want to get a floppy burrito that they ordered? Not me, not I. So, I mean, you don't want to roll a floppy burrito, you'll look kind of dumb. So, it's kind of a lot of pressure. But I would just usually call someone in to help me. It was whatever. Eventually, you do have to learn though. So, the online orders were cool. I think it's the most chill area to be in sometimes. So yeah, the beginning of the job was pretty cool, pretty chill. It was new, fun, and I enjoyed making my money, eating my Chipotle for free. Oh yeah, for free, by the way. While you're on break, it's for free. So those things are nice perks. But let's now get into the bad. It started becoming a lot once they always had me online. Now you may think that's Chipotle, like you're supposed to be online. My location was the most bussin' location like in the city, okay? Everyone would go there. Everyone, during their lunch break, during their freaking dinner, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they would go to Chipotle. Like, these people are some fiends anyway. So it'll be packed, the line out of the door, especially during rush hour. Rush hour, don't even get me started. So being online while all these people are waiting, it's just a lot of pressure, and you're trying to, like, you know, care for the customer in front of you, but you're also in your mind thinking about everyone behind them and like how you're just trying to get them out and keep the line moving. I mean, I'm good at working in a fast-paced environment. That's why I worked there for many months. But if you're not good at that, you will, it won't be for you. And customers get mad. They be cussing people out sometimes. They get mad at you because the food tastes one way and it's like, okay, I didn't cook it though. Like, what you getting mad at me for? I just scooped it and then kept it moving. Like, calm down. So yeah, customers stay mad. They stay complicated orders. 10 orders for one person. It's like, yo, why didn't you just make an online order? Like, you got me bent. Anyway, so yeah, being online is kind of a lot, but you'll get used to it if you're good at fast-paced environments. So I got used to it. It was fine. I even enjoyed it sometimes. You know, you were never bored. You were never bored there. Never bored. Now, even if you are good at fast-paced environments, another con of the job is the physical toll that it takes on your body. Like, when I would get home after my 6 or 8 hour shifts, my shoulders would hurt, my feet would hurt, I would be tired, not wanting to do anything else. But I'd still have homework to do because, like I said, I did this in high school and during the weekday. So I would definitely still have a lot of homework because I literally went straight after school, went straight to Chipotle, hopped on the bus, hopped off, clocked in. So yeah, I'd have a lot of homework to do afterwards sometimes. And I'd also, yeah, actually I had a lot of homework to do. I remember now. That was a whole other stress factor. Oh, wow. I remember, yeah. Now, if you're in school, just keep that in mind. Try to schedule your hours in a way that you can get some work in, or do it on the weekends, or really have certain days that you grind out on your homework so that when you work the next day, you won't have a lot of homework left. Because let me tell you, that homework, them build-ups, because I literally wouldn't be able to do any homework those nights sometimes because I'd be so tired. So definitely keep that in mind because you don't want to fall behind in school. So yeah, physical toll is definitely a big con. Also, this is for any job, you know, just having stress being in school, having assignments to do, but you're working instead. So this is not just Chipotle, but any job can bring about that stress. Another con at my location, I don't know if this happens at all Chipotles, but the managers were always changing. Like, yo, my first manager was my best manager, okay? He was dope, he was bomb, and he just had my back. Like, if I told him, oh yeah, can I work on the online orders, he'd be like, yeah, work on the online orders. And that's where I like to be most because, you know, you don't gotta be talking to people, you chilling, doing the online orders. There was always music playing, so you know, and I'm not talking about Chipotle music. He would bring a speaker and he would be playing music in the back. So you already know it was live, it was a mood, it was a vibe. So yeah, he would be letting me kind of do the jobs that I asked him to do. So he was pretty cool with that. Good at scheduling. You know, it was chill, it was nice. Sometimes I'd be online, but that was fine too because, you know, I mean, you kind of expect to be online, so it wasn't that bad. But the assistant manager kind of always gave that side eye, and he had this attitude and this sass that was just like, okay, like what did I do to you? Calm down. But yeah, so then after that manager, there was a new manager, and that's when it all went downhill because this man, he was like the assistant manager. He had an attitude. He was so sassy, and he asked me to do every job you could ever think of. Like, oh, will you hop on cash? Mind you, I was never trained in doing the cashier job. Never. Like, one of my coworkers showed me something, so I knew how to ring up like a bowl, burrito, blah blah blah. But there's a lot of add-ons and like different things that you should just know if you were trained. But was I trained? No, I wasn't. So when they had thrown me on cash during rush hour, during lunch one day, okay, during lunch is when all the working folk come and get that Chipotle because everybody loves Chipotle. So they put me on cash, was never trained in it. A lot of pressure, a lot of stress, whatever, but I was getting through it. It was cool. It was cool at first. Then this one lady comes up with like dang near 15 orders because she's ordering for a meeting or like her job, and like the job gave her the credit card of the job to pay for it with. So cool, I'm bringing her stuff up. It's a lot of stuff, so I'm bringing it up. I'm trying to go fast because there's a long line behind her. Then I entered it all in perfectly fine, whatever. Took her credit card, swiped it. Now, here's the thing that I was never properly trained in. I think I may have been told briefly, but I was never actually shown. When you like swipe the credit card, you have to actually look, like at the bottom left corner, there's like something that says ticket order. So you have to see if that ticket order closes and forms into a new ticket order. But it didn't close, it just stayed there, and then a new ticket order formed right next to it. So that old ticket order is still right here, but now I'm here on this new ticket order, so I didn't really notice it was still there until it's too late. Then like a couple minutes later, when she's already gone out the door, driven away, like she gone, I look at the first ticket order that's still there, and I click on it. I'm like, wait, what's that still doing there? I thought I, took care of that. But it still said her total was there, and it said like declined in like small letters in like the bottom right hand corner or something. And I'm like, yo, like this food was like, I'm pretty sure it was like over $100. Oh yo, when I tell you my heart dropped, it was in my stomach, I could feel it swishing around in my stomach. Oh, that's over $100 that declined, and I let her walk away with that. That's $100 that we lost, and her whole job just got free food because I didn't see it declined. Now I was feeling really like nervous, but then I'm like, there's nothing I can do about it anymore. It's gone, it's over. Like there's nothing I can do. Like if they're gonna fire me, they're gonna fire me, whatever. And one of my like the assistant manager or something, he had came up to me and he saw that and he was like what's that order still doing there? And I told him the story. He's like, oh snap, like, you know, yikes. So he had to, you know, use the manager's swipe card to finally close the order. So then later that day they called me in the office with the actual boss. Ooh, girl. So they were like, Kedasar, I hope you know the seriousness of that situation today. And I was like, yeah. And then the boss was like, but I'm not blaming it on you because you were not properly trained. And I'm like, okay, you're right, because I was not properly trained. But I was just surprised that he acknowledged that, and you know, it was all cool after that. But yeah, that's just an example of how they don't train you properly, at my location at least, and that causes issues. Like, if you're not trained right, there are gonna be issues later. So I mean, like, what can you really expect? So ask me to hop on cash. Then they'd be like, oh, go clean the lobby because it's dirty right now. But like, I have customers there, and they're like, okay, do it in between customers. I'm like, okay, that's ghetto but cool. Like, so I would go to the lobby, clean, whatever. Then, oh, make the chips. And these are kind of the cashier's duties, but when it's really busy, the cashier shouldn't be doing all those things. There should be a person next to the cashier who can do those runs. But they were bad at scheduling, so they make everyone do every job. So, oh yeah, go make the chips, go clean lobby, go back on cashier, go sweep, go do this, go do that, hop back online, restock the line. It's just a lot of things, and you're always moving. You're going back and forth. So like I said, if you like that type of, you know, always on your feet, you know, you moving, you never sit down, then this job probably is for you. But personally, if you're doing all this, making all these demands, I'll eventually be like, okay, calm down. I'll get to it when I get to it. Like, so obviously you can see it's not really my type of job, but it was a great experience, and yeah, it was a cool experience. But you're just always on your feet, bro. Asking you to clean the bathroom, clean the lobby, make chips, refill the soda station, refill the line, hop on cash, hop online, do online orders. Like, what? That's too much. That's out of my job description. But it actually isn't, because they hire you as a team member so that you can do any and everything. Well played, Chipotle. Also, your experience will really vary based on what shift you have. So the opening shift is completely different than like the midday / evening shift, which is completely different than the closing shift. So opening, you have to get up early in the morning. It kind of allows you to just get it out the way and have the rest of your day to yourself. It's usually from like 8 to 3 or 9 to 4, depending on like what you prefer, or even 8 to 4 if you really want that OT, that overtime. But the opening shift is chill, but the job description is completely different. So you're opening up, you're making the salsas, making the guacamole. If you were on grill, then you're cooking up the beans and the meat and rice, all that stuff. You're filling up the line, you know, you're cleaning from the night before if it's not all the way clean. You're just doing a lot of preparation, and that actually lasts like almost 3 hours before the store opens. So during those 3 hours, you know, there'll be music playing, you're chilling, doing your job. Still fast paced because you got a lot to do in a short amount of time, but it's a nice, you know, it's a nice vibe, playing music, doing your work. It's chill. Now if you work midday, it's kind of the easiest job, because if it's like a 12 to 8 type of thing, then you don't have to open, you don't have to close, and you're just there serving the customers. So if that's what you prefer, then that would be a good shift to take. And with the closing shift, you start off at around 4 or 5, and you are serving the customers, you're online or doing whatever other job that you're doing, like cashier or whatever. Then once the doors close at 10 o'clock, that's when you have to clean the whole store, put up all the food. I think it's a more dirty job, and cleaning the store is just very dirty, very grimy. Don't recommend. So an overall overview of the job, I say the job is good. It's a good job to have, like if it's one of your first jobs. It's a nice little paycheck, nice little pay amount. When I was there, it was like $12 or something an hour, and I think I got a raise to like $12.50 or something because I was there for a little while. It's overall a good job to have, but personally I don't suggest working there for a long time. Like if you want some money and some experience for a couple months, then go right ahead, you know. But if you are not a person that likes to be on your feet 24/7, like short breaks, just like a 15 or 30-minute break, and then that's it, and you're on your feet the rest of the time, and you're constantly talking, constantly. Hi, what can I get for you? Hi, what can I get for you? Hi, what can I get for you? Hi, can I take your order? Hi, what can I get for you? Like, it's a lot. So if you're not that type of person, then I wouldn't recommend it. But if you are, then like I said, go for it. There were definitely times that it was really fun when I had like social coworkers to talk to, like people who were funny or interesting. Then those coworker friendships, those coworker bonds mean a lot when you're working a long, strenuous job where you're constantly on your feet. Like if I couldn't talk to anybody, I would go crazy. I would definitely go crazy. But it was fun to have, you know, job gossip, you know, what's the latest drama, what's the tea, oh, why'd that person get fired, you know, just little things like that that can really help pass the time. That made my experience a lot better. And it was also really fun because I'm intermediate at speaking Spanish, and there was a lot of Hispanics at my job, so I could talk to them in Spanish sometimes. And although I may not be the best, I still learned a lot because there was this one lady who didn't speak almost like any English at all, so I could only speak to her in Spanish. So that really forced me to, you know, whip out my Spanish speaking skills and, you know, get a little better. So that's a huge plus for me personally because I love speaking Spanish and building up my whole bilingual skills. So if you're like that too, then I would definitely suggest having this job for a little time, but assess which location you want to work at first, because some Chipotles don't have any Hispanic people at all, which is kind of bogus to me because that's their food we're serving, but that's a whole different story. So just assess which location you want to work at first and then work there, so you can, you know, get in those Spanish speaking skills. So overall, I'd rate my experience like a 7 out of 10 because sometimes it was really fun, but sometimes it was stressful. You know, I had work from school piling up, getting home late on the school night, you know, I'm sore, stuff like that. But overall, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So yeah, that concludes this video. If you have any more questions about my experience at Chipotle, be sure to just leave them in the comment section and I will respond to you. So if you enjoyed this video, leave it a big like. That helps me more than you know. Comment down below, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.